Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rakach Kodash, and double honors to the apostles that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that's pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, I say Shalom. And I want to talk about in this lesson how the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, the Most High, his name is Yahweh, and his son name is Yahushai. That's his real name. It's not Jesus Christ, it's Yahushai. All right, Bahashem means in the name. The only way to the Father is through Yahushai. All right, so I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right, so I just want to talk about how the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, and want to bring out some scriptures. All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 30. The king spake and said, "Is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty?" While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, "O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will." Yes, Nebuchadnezzar, he was considered a wise king. He built this and built that. You know, he was a great king, but at the end of the day, Yahweh giveth the kingdom, you know, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. All right? The Most High, he's a balanced power. These other nations have ruled. All right? But now it's time for the Yahushua to rule and his saints, who are the Israelites. Okay? From there, we can go to the book of Psalm 75, verse 4. "I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn," which the horn represents power. "Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with the stiff neck." Who is the wicked today? Esau, Edom. All right? The Edomites, they're ruling. And they're very proud. As if they conquered the world by their own power. No, the Most High gave you the power to do that. All right? The Most High orchestrated it. Verse 6, "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another." All right? And right now, you see who's ruling. The wicked are ruling. The Most High put them up, and the Most High is going to put them down. Verse 8. Well, yeah, verse 8. "For in the hand of the Lord Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture. He poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them." Right? These other nations going to be put low. They're going to go into slavery. All right? And the Most High is going to set up the Yasharallah, man. Yasharallah. All right? Israel. Verse 9. "But I will declare forever. I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. All the horns, the power structures of the wicked, all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off. But the horns of the righteous shall be exalted." Right. The Most High, he puts down one and put up another. Put up the other, you know. That's how the Most High operate. And you know, these so-called Christians, they don't know what's going on. You know, this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. The Most High gave this current rulership to Esau, Edom, and they're ruling in wickedness. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right. The true Israelites, they that original color, they are of dark skin, but guess what? The so-called white man, so-called whitewash the images of our people. And he's also saying that the Messiah is a so-called white man. That's a lie. Because they're the wicked. And right now they're ruling. That little horn, that's spoken in Daniel, that little horn, that's America. Okay? And they're ruling right now. This is Daniel. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and the riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right? And the so-called white man, he deals unrighteously. He's about unrighteous dealings and injuries, and the riches got by deceit. All right? So it says what? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Hey, the so-called white man did what? Rape, rob, murder. All right, to conquer. He used a sword. Who gave the so-called white man, who gave Esau, Edom power of the sword? Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Remember when Isaac blessed Esau? His blessing will be the fatness of the earth and to live by the sword and use the sword. All right. The Most High, he's controlling the narrative. All right. He's the potter and we are the clay. We are the clay, man. This is the Most High's movie. The Most High is very powerful. Okay. This is Acts chapter 1 verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because the apostles, they asked this question, but it wasn't time yet. Verse 7, and he said unto them, this is Yahushua speaking, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. Okay? So it wasn't time for the kingdom. It wasn't time for us to be on top. All right, prophecy still had to be played out and prophecy still had to be fulfilled. So but it's time. It's time for the nation of Israel to be on top. And these nations are raging, they're mad. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which you can find that account in the book of Genesis. All right. Esau and Jacob were twins and they were brothers. All right. With two different spirits, two different attributes. The Most High did amazing work, when dealing with them, because they're two different manner of people. All right. And the two main characters here today is who? Jacob and Esau. All right. As you can see, Esau, Edom, they are the so-called white people. Jacob, that's consist of you so-called Latinos, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called Seminole Indians, you so-called minorities. You're actually the children of Israel, the sons of Israel. All right. Keep reading. It says, Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac. When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And right now, we're living in Esau's current rulership, man. All right? We're at the end. This is the end of the world. And who's up next? Jacob. All right? Israel will be ruling in the kingdom to come. And it's going to be a everlasting kingdom, a righteous kingdom. For Esau is the end of the world. Okay? This is let's see. Daniel chapter 2 verse 20. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. See, the Most High removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desired of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. I want to stop there. What the point is at verse 21, verse 22. All right? Because Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and Daniel, he interpreted it for him. But verse 21, it's saying he changeth the times and the seasons, and he removeth kings and setteth up kings, right? Hey, Babylon's falling, man. Okay? Babylon is falling. That's just what it is. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 37. One second, Salaki. Turn the AC real quick. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Read again. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king, because King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, a vision. Verse 37. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. Right? The Most High gave it to Nebuchadnezzar. That's the point, Keep reading on. It says, Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. Okay? Which is talking about, Nebuchadnezzar. But I'm gonna stick to the topic. The head of gold is Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon, But let me get to the top. Stick to the topic. It's Daniel. Let's see. I already read that. Salakia. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. There was given him dominion and glory in the kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. Serve who? Yahushua. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Right. Because at the end of the day, we're going to rule. Yahushua, you know, King David, the Israelites, the men of the Lord, the servants of the Lord, we're going to rule, man. The first fruits. All right, it's not the end all be all. Jump down to verse well, keep reading on. It says I Daniel was grieved was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. Because Daniel, he had a vision, you know, of the four beasts. All right, and it says I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked them the truth of all this. And it says what? So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, it says, these great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. Okay? That's going into the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire. All right? Rome. You know, Greece, then Rome. All right, so the Assyrians and the Babylonians, they ruled, you know, empire, Medo-Persian, they ruled. The Greeks start with Alexander the Great, the Greek. His people ruled. Those same people back here today. All right, the legs of iron was Rome. Okay. It says, verse 19, then I will know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all. Well, we can stop there. But keep reading on to verse 27. It says, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Start with the elect, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. All right, because we're going to be on top in the kingdom. You know? And that's beautiful. That's just what it is. All right? You know, these different nations had their time to rule. You know, the Most High is fair. Now it's time for who? It's time for Yasharallah to rule, man. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles that rule well, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom.